Tell you a little bit about the Marine Corps. I joined the Marine Corps, like everyone, as a little bit as a sense of selflessness and a desire to serve. But like a lot of people, and I think this often goes understated. At 18, it's also about testosterone. It's about an ego. It's about a desire to prove to yourself that you can do something bigger than just yourself, than just the small town stuff that you're accustomed to. I can tell you that they say there's a saying in the Marine Corps that says you were born on an island, and I truly believe that. I was born in Gainesville the first time, and I was born a second time in Parris Island on the Yellow Footprints. The relationships, the camaraderie, the brotherhood that I have there. There's people I haven't seen in nearly 20 years that I can still call from time to time, or I can send an email to when I'm having a problem, and they're there, and it's as if I just talked to them yesterday. That happens. Those that have served, they understand that. That is a big factor in the Marine Corps to me today, and the ability to bring some of my services to those people, and not just to those I know directly, but to those that are part of the Marine Corps and really part of the services at large, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, National Guard. They understand that, and being part of that and understanding, helping them reach their goals and their benefits on a personal side in the civilian world is extremely rewarding to me. But if I look back to the Marine Corps, how I got in the Marine Corps, I talked to a recruiter, and a Army recruiter actually, and I in a great length. And when I walked out of the recruiting office, a gentleman in dress blues walked up to me and said, I see you're looking at enlisting. If you're really ready, you should think about the Marine Corps. Anybody can be in the Army, but it takes a few special people to be in the Marine Corps. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about it. That was pretty much enough for me. I went and talked to him, and he looked at my grades. He said, you could have pretty much any job that you want, but the special job in the Marine Corps is the infantry. That was enough for me. And so I still remember getting off the bus in the middle of the night at Parris Island on these yellow footprints, and I remember the drill instructors in my face, and all I remember is thinking the hair on the back of my neck stood up a little bit scared. I didn't know what I just got myself into, but also I already had a pride because I knew that I would make it through. And through the Marine Corps, at 130 pounds going into the infantry and carrying a machine gun and having a pack that weighed almost as much as I did on 15, 20 mile hikes, and then swimming and everything else with this gear that weighed as much as I did. It was every day was a challenge, and it made me strong. And when I look back on that, some of the things I've learned, and they've become ingrained in me forever, is failure is never an option, and personal sacrifice must always be taken for the greater good. I remember one mission that I was on, which was more of a peacekeeping mission, where we were rescuing Serbian refugees, and we were bringing in, Kurdish refugees, and we were bringing in food and water, and we were getting them on the boats, and we were shipping them over and getting them vaccinated. But I remember one time specifically guarding a group of people that had a small child, and I remember just the look in that boy's eyes. I can still see his face. I can see his eyes today as he's looking at mine, and the thought of being something worldly, something that big, making that kind of difference, that kind of impact in that person. When 2 years ago, I was skateboarding around my high school parking lot. That's a pretty cool feeling that I'll always have. So the Marine Corps today means to me something bigger than me. It means a brotherhood bigger than me. It means a purpose in the world bigger than me. It means serving others in a way that could never have been done. And it means realizing to take on personal sacrifice, and realizing that if your objective is to do good, to help others, that there will be personal sacrifice. But if that is your true mission, that is what you're here to do, failure is not an option. And that drives me in business. It drives me in how I relate to clients. It drives me in how I take each step forward, and hopefully how I'm raising my children. I wouldn't have ever had that without the Marine Corps. That's what the Marine Corps means to me.